Joining me are two of our most passionate advocates for their cause. The Muslim philosopher, scholar and YouTuber Mohammed Hijab and the lawyer and author Alan Dershowitz. Well, welcome to both of you. Mohammed, you've been on twice before, Alan many times. What I'd like this to be is a civilised debate between two people with very strong opinions about this.
A few moments later.
Well, first of all, I would like to say that wherever we see suffering, wherever we see death and destruction, especially of young people, assault, sexual assault, we see Dershowitz to the rescue, the former defense attorney of Jeffrey Epstein, a man himself accused of rape.
I knew we would get to that.
I didn't give you permission to interrupt me. I didn't give you permission to interrupt me. I stayed quiet when you were talking.
Okay, here's what I would say.
I stayed quiet when you were talking.
Hang on. Here's what I would say.
Let's stick to the merits.
I didn't give you permission.
Listen, Mohammed, attacking a lawyer for defending people is a stupid argument.
Well,
right?
I'm not making an argument yet.
Well, you're just using an
I'm not making an argument.
attack straight off the top.
Has he got leverage on you? Is that
no,
why
he's a brilliant lawyer.
You saw your picture with Maxwell. He's got leverage on you.
He's a brilliant lawyer.
Are you saying that because he's got leverage on you?
I met Ghislaine Maxwell for 5 minutes at a book launch.
You look very happy with her.
Well, I didn't know anything about her at the time, other than she was the daughter of the man that
We're talking about the biggest sexual scandal in the last 100 years.
I never met Jeffrey Epstein or ever knew him. Alan Dershowitz was wrongly accused of various things in relation to Jeffrey Epstein.
How do you know it's wrongly?
Because they've all been...
Why are you defending him?
They all turned out to be nonsense. He won a court case about it.
Why are you not looking at me when I'm speaking to you?
Well, I can turn to you, but there are three of us involved in this.
Yeah, you're speaking to me, so
okay, let me make things clear. I never met Jeffrey Epstein. I met Ghislaine Maxwell for 5 minutes.
You look very happy in that picture.
Okay, if you want to use that as an ad hominem attack on me,
why are you defending him?
Hang on. A picture taken in 2013.
He spoke for 3 minutes, I spoke for 20 seconds.
I'm defending him because your first attack on him is to attack him as a lawyer because he defends bad people.
That's fine.
Here's a little secret for you, Mohammed.
All
lawyers do that.
No, but hold on, we're not talking about bad people. We're talking about, excuse me, you've had enough speaking. I'm talking about a person who, after the fact, said that he was proud to defend him after the allegations come out. You still wanted to... Do you condemn Dershowitz?
For what?
For defending Epstein.
I have defended,
and being proud of defending Epstein.
It's not for me to defend him.
I have defended some of the best people in the world.
Okay, Alan, you defend yourself.
No, why should he defend himself? I haven't even spoken for 20 seconds.
Alan can defend himself.
But let me speak for more than 20 seconds. I haven't even made my point yet.
I helped to defend Bill Clinton.
Now, is it?
I've helped to defend some of the finest people in the world, and I've also helped to defend some of the worst.
Defended. Is that a terrible crime?
He was not proud of defending John Lennon in the same way as he announced that he was proud of defending Epstein.
What's this got to do with Israel?
This has got to do with the fact that this man, the credibility of this man is on the line. He defends Israel on the one hand, and on the other hand, he defends Epstein. I think the public should know this.
Do you want me to play? Do you want me to play the clips?
He's proud of it.
Mohammed, do you want me to play the clips of you
and I don't
that do the rounds on social media saying some very inflammatory things? Do you want me to?
Why are you not looking at me?
Because I'm looking at the three of us.
I'm right here.
I can turn to you, but then the viewers see me and you looking at
me man to man.
Fine.
Look at me man to man. Look at my eyes.
Yes, it's called an aesthetic thing for videos.
Okay, now, the first thing I wanted to say was that this man's credibility is something which is shocking that we're even entertaining.
What do you base that on?
On the fact that he actually defended Epstein, and after the fact, he said he was proud of it. He was in Epstein's vicinity. He had a massage in his vicinity. This is the kind of person that we're having on the show defending Israel. Dershowitz, do you condemn it?
Yes, of course. I condemn any rape of anybody and any assault on anybody who's in captivity.
And you also condemn the right of rape protest that took place in Israel. And you acknowledge that there's a problem in Israel with this?
If any rapes took place, they will be investigated. They will be fully investigated. They will be court-martialed.
Do you acknowledge that there's a problem in Israeli society?
And if anybody is convicted of that, they deserve their punishment.
Do you acknowledge that there's a problem in
What about the problem with Hamas?
Stop it. Get some help.
Raping women.
I have no compunction.
On October the 7th.
I have no compunction condemning Hamas for anything that they've done. You've said that. You've asked me before, and I've told you before. I have no moral scruple. Neither do the majority of the Muslim world. I tell you now, anything that Hamas has done, we have condemned in the first instance. But we're not seeing the same level of coverage with Hamas as we are seeing with these people that are shoving rods off people's ass and raping people on videographic evidence. And you have 3,000 people, you talk about the hostages, you've got 3,000 people in essentially captivity, according to Human Rights Watch and B'Tselem. who are prisoners of war of Israel, and we're spending a fraction of the time speaking about them as compared to speaking about the hostages. This shows you the inherent
Well,
bias.
there's no comparison. There's no comparison between innocent hostages who
Why?
did nothing wrong and people who are being charged with criminal offenses.
They're
If
not charged with
innocent,
criminal
they'll be
offences.
found
That's why you're meant to know better. You're
And
meant to know
but
better
they
than
are
that.
charged
They're
with
not charged
security
with criminal
offenses.
offences.
But you
They're
can't,
not charged with
you
criminal
can't
offences.
compare.
They are
you can't
arrested
compare
without
a
charge.
You can't
They are
compare a
arrested without
three-year-old
charge. They're not
baby.
charged with criminal
Don't
offences.
shout
You
over
can't
each other. We can't hear the answer.
He's
can't
lying to the
compare a
public.
Allow him to
three-year-old
respond.
Go
baby
ahead.
to somebody who's a member of Hamas.
Say that
Sorry,
again.
Alan, we couldn't hear you because he was shouting.
I was shouting. Say it
Alan,
again.
he says the 3,000...
I'm saying you can't compare
Alan,
a
he says the
3-year-old
3,000...
baby.
Alan, just to be clear, he said the 3,000 people he's talking about were all arrested without charge, and therefore they've not been charged with crimes. Your response to that?
Well, if they were, they should be released. Nobody should be arrested
Good
without
boy.
charge. If you're
Good
held for a
boy.
security
Don't be so
reason,
pathetic.
I will
during
say
the
what I
war,
want. It's uncensored.
great-
Good
let me
boy.
finish. Okay. Please,
Pathetic.
let me
It's
make
childish.
my
Boy.
point.
Try and have a
Can I
proper
make my
debate.
point,
I'll
please?
say what I like.
Can I make my point? Let me make my point. Great Britain confined tens of thousands of people without charges during the Second World War.
Two wrongs
the
don't
United
make a
States
right.
Did the same.
Two wrongs don't
I
make a right.
was
Should we talk about what
strongly
Hitler done?
opposed.
Let's talk about what
Please
Hitler
let
done.
me make my point. I'm opposed to that. I wrote an article against
Good boy.
administrative detention. But you
Good.
can't compare that, no
Good.
matter how
Can you
bad
stop
it
this,
is.
Mohammed? It's
You
very
can't
very
compare
tedious
it
already.
to 3
Yeah, boy.
year-olds being
Debating.
kidnapped to people
listening to his
being
points.
raped and murdered. You can't compare what happened on October 7th to what Israel has done
Yes, you can't,
in terms
because
of
on the one
security
hand,
prisoners.
you've got 30,000
There's no
people, on the other hand,
comparison
you've got
at all.
about 100.
And stop
That's
interrupting
30
me,
times
please.
more. That's 30 times more. If you want us to take you seriously, if you want us to take this coverage seriously, if you want us to take Western media seriously, then let's, for God's sake, talk about proportionality as your favorite word. We're talking about 30,000 people detained in prisons on the one hand, and 100 people who are hostages. And yet we have managed somehow to spend way more time
Hang on,
proportionally.
you said 3,000 a minute ago. Which one is it? 3,000?
Sorry, 3,000. 3,000.
But
Stand
not
corrected.
30,000.
Not 30.
Okay, well,
3,000.
Get your numbers right if you're going to make that cut.
Okay, I misspoke.
You exaggerated
Not a problem.
10 times.
Not a problem. He spoke about Iran. Let me ask you a question
I'll
about
tell you
it.
what, let me ask the question.
Sure, go
and
ahead.
you guys try and
Go
debate
ahead.
it.
Go
At
ahead.
the moment, Alan Dershowitz is being very civilised in the way he's debating.
I'm sure you're going to say that.
You're just making
He might have
ad hominem
leverage on you.
attacks and shouting all
He's
the
your
time.
friend.
No one can understand it when you
Have
shout
you met him
all the time.
before?
I know Alan well.
Oh, you know him well.
I respect him very much.
Oh, yes, you do.
He's one of America's top lawyers.
He's top lawyers.
Yeah, he is.
And you're an unbiased person here on Central.
An unbiased person about Alan Dershowitz. Why?
Does he have leverage on you, Piers Morgan?
There's no leverage on me, no.
You've got a picture with Maxwell.
Yes, with Ghislaine
Did you go to the island?
No, I've never been to the island. I've never met Jeffrey Epstein.
Be honest.
I never spent more than 5 minutes with
Be
Ghislaine
honest.
Maxwell. I've answered you. So what part of that wants to...
Do you condemn him being on the island? He's your good friend.
You can ask
No, I'm
Alan
asking, do you
Dershowitz
condemn him?
about Jeffrey Epstein.
You had a massage.
He represented him.
He said he didn't take his shorts off.
Do you know what?
That's
None
what
of this
he
has got
said.
anything to do with Israel.
He said he didn't take his shorts off when he was getting a
Can you
massage.
stop, please, Mohammed?
Why is this uncomfortable?
It's nothing to do with the debate.
He didn't take his shorts off, but he's got his pants down now, hasn't he?
Can you stop it?
Why?
What's the point?
Why? He
'Cause it's
defended one of
actually-
the most obnoxious people in the last 100 years. Why should I
Because
stop it?
actually what is going on right
should I
now
stop it?
in the Middle East is incredibly important.
Yes, and you have this man who's-
You are trivialising this. Well, if you didn't want to do a debate, don't agree to do it.
Who said I'm not going to do a debate? I'm saying this person who's
Come on and
defending
make
Israel.
stupid ad hominem attacks is pathetic.
Okay. All right. He's your good friend. You want to defend him so much.
What are you talking about?
You're defending him.
Huh?
You're defending him. You're defending a monster. A pervert. An old pervert.
He's not a pervert or a monster.
Why is he not? He knew Epstein. And for us, there's good inference.
Why are you doing this, Mohammed?
Why not?
Because it's pointless. You may get a few clicks.
Wait for it. Here it comes. Almost there.
Ask your questions.
You might get a
Ask
few
your questions.
clicks on it. So what?
It's not.
Ask your questions.
Let me be very clear. It's not pointless. He just called me a pervert. He will be sued now for defamation, and we will be
defamation,
able
it's
to resolve
honest
this
opinion. In the
in
UK,
a
we have
court of
different
law. I
defamation
guarantee you that he will be. sued
In
for
my
calling me
understanding, you are a pervert
the woman
because
who
you are
falsely
acquainted with
accused
Jeffrey
me
Epstein.
has now withdrawn her
Sure, I've got my own defamation cases. I know the law very well here.
acknowledged that
You
she
can't
may
threaten
have
me.
confused me with somebody
I know the law
else.
very well.
And
I
calling me
consider
a
you to be a
pervert
pervert
will
because of your
result
connection with
in
Jeffrey
a
Epstein.
defamation lawsuit
Sure,
in
I'm
an
ready for
American
it.
court
I'm
and in a
ready.
British
I'm ready
court.
for the
I
lawsuit.
assure you of that.
I believe
Let's
you
move
are
on
an
to
old
Israel
pervert.
now.
Why don't we move
We'll
on to the
resolve
debate?
this in
You're an old
court.
pervert.
Let's move on
You're
to
an old
Israel.
pervert.
These scenes are being described as protests for the right of Israeli soldiers to rape Palestinian prisoners.
Is there any point considering this?
Would you want to throw the towel? Care about international law? What do you mean? Yeah,
Wrong. No, you're just wrong.
Okay, just be
the
quiet
United
for a
States
second.
occupied Japan.
Just be
The
quiet.
United States
Just
occupied
be
Germany.
quiet.
Great
Just
Britain
be
occupied
quiet. Be
Germany.
quiet.
You can have a
Just
military
pretend I'm
occupation
Epstein, your friend,
as long
your
as
former
there is
friend,
belligerency
your former
that
friend
continues.
Epstein, and be quiet for a second. Pretend I'm Epstein, your former friend, and be quiet and listen to what I have to say.
It
The only
was in
thing you
my
have knowledge
book. In
about is
fact,
where the
it was in
doors
the
and
back-
the rooms and the
It
masseuses
was in the
are.
back
Stop
cover.
it.
It was the
in
back
Epstein's
cover of
house.
my
Goodness
book.
sake.
I've
That's what
written-
you have knowledge of.
I've written 13 books.
Did you touch
I've
Virginia?
written 13
Did you touch
books
her?
on Israel.
Did you touch Virginia?
Some of which
Did
have
you
been-
touch her? Did you touch that woman?
Never heard of her. Never met her. Never met her.
Don't lie.
Never. She.
Don't lie to
she
me.
just-
Did you touch that woman or not?
I'm telling you, I never met her, and she acknowledged
Did you
in
touch that
writing,
woman?
under oath,
Did you
that she
sexually
may
assault her?
have
No knowledge.
confused-
All of which
Good.
have, your friend Douglas Murray, I'm taking him to court.
Well, good luck with
And-
taking on Alan on this, is all I would say.
I'm ready
to
for
you.
him. Oh, you love him, don't you?
No, it's just one case.
I just wonder what he has.
Defending himself.
I just wonder what leverage he has. Does he have any leverage on
God,
you?
this is pathetic, man.
I don't know why you keep defending
He's
him.
now
you
accusing
been
me
like
of
this before we
supporting
come on the show. Why are you
Piers
doing it
He's
now?
a
Morgan,
monster.
right?
This man is a monster.
Well, why debate then?
Because I don't mind debating monsters, just like you don't mind debating monsters. We have that in common.
Do you want to finish the debate about the bigger picture or not?
I'm speaking about it. You guys are the ones rattled
12 seconds later.
all the time.
Alan, let me ask you something, which is about what Israel is doing. At the heart of it, if you take the belief that Iran is the main target here, a lot of Israelis believe that Iran is really rattled and that Israel has a genuine opportunity.
Military
You're lying.
occupation
You're lying just like you
designed to
had
keep
to
the
when you
peace.
defended the.
Stop it,
Yes,
Mohammed, for
Epstein.
goodness sake.
Why?
It's pathetic.
Why? Why is it pathetic?
Attacking lawyers for defending people is so pathetic.
Being proud of it, yeah.
Of all the
Being
ad
proud of-
hominem attacks
Wait a
you could
minute.
use,
Do
it
you-
is the least effective
What do you think of Epstein?
and the most embarrassing.
You're defending him too much
I
today.
think Epstein was a disgusting human
So,
being.
so he's proud of defending him. Do you condemn him for that?
Anyway,
It's good.
you
What's
know,
good
when
for
I
the
think-
goose is not
and
good
I
for the
always think-
gander.
and I always think
What's
when
good for the goose
I
is that you
always
can't
think-
handle it. You
I
can dish
always
it
think-
out, but you
I
can't
always-
take it.
Oh, I can
You got a
take-
weak chin.
I can take anything, son.
You got a heavy
But let me
punch,
tell
but a
you,
weak jaw.
I always think when people get
Glass
personal
jaw.
and abusive like
You
you
and
have,
him.
they say, Mohammed.
I think you have both given
You
up
let
because you
yourself down.
realised that what you were spewing was false, and
Yeah.
you were talking about the pager attack, and you said about it that was an act of military brilliance. I'm sure if it happened here in Sainsbury's and a little white boy was killed, you wouldn't say that, would you?
You know what? Like
You've
I said,
also
Yeah,
let
yeah, yeah.
down
Run
the
away from that question
Palestinian
too.
people. You've
We're
also
done.
let down the Palestinian
he
people.
has let down the
Oh,
Palestinian
sure,
people.
whatever,
I agree.
whatever. I think you
agree.
both let yourself down. I think you both given up.
Okay.
And I think the standing 10 count has been done, and I think the white towel has been thrown in.
Yeah.
And I think the people can judge what I've done today.
Okay. You know what? On that, I think we can all agree. People can watch your
agree.
performance
I
in the
agree.
last hour
Let
and
the
they can
people
judge
judge.
accordingly. And let me tell you, Mohammed, they will. But thank you for being here. I appreciate you coming in.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Let me finish. If we
The more
take
you say,
this-
the happier I am.
Okay.